Welcome. Today we're going to be discussing the first skill from the book Behavior Breakthrough by Bailey Payne and Jen Brown. And this first skill that we're going to be discussing is called Descriptive Praise. Our goals with Descriptive Praise are to help your child or your client understand what they are doing well, enabling them to repeat those actions in the future. We're also looking to shift the focus from seeking attention through disruptive acts to embracing cooperation and kindness as a means of positive reinforcement. So that positive reinforcement is something that we put into place so we increase the likelihood of those behaviors occurring in the future that we want to continue seeing. And then also focusing on changing our language in a way that increases the frequency of those desired behaviors. Descriptive praise is a form of praise for desired behavior. It describes the specific actions, words, or attitudes that we want to reinforce. This could look like, I love how you walked into the kitchen, picked up your dirty plate, and put it into the sink. So we're providing that specific reinforcement for what they did. And not just, hey, thanks for doing what I asked you to do, but thank you for taking your dirty plate into the kitchen and putting it in the sink. So in the future, we're more likely to see our kiddos follow through on that specific request when we're providing that descriptive praise in the here and now. Another example could be, thank you so much for raising your hand and keeping a quiet voice until I called your name before speaking. This could also look like, hey, thank you for holding your thought and waiting while I finish my conversation with your dad. Another example could be, I love how you walked past your favorite snacks with your hands down and then sat and waited your turn, or you waited for me to come open it for you and bring you the snack. So why does descriptive praise work? The first reason that descriptive praise works is because it's more meaningful than vague compliments. So instead of saying, hey, good job, if your boss just came up to you and said, hey, good job for what? What did I do? What did you like that I did? Now, if they came up and said to you, I see you're staying late and I want to acknowledge the extra effort. Your diligence is impressive and I'm grateful for your hard work. That would be more meaningful and more likely for you to engage in that behavior in the future than if your boss just came up and said, good job. So imagine staying late and working on those projects and really receiving that reinforcement and that acknowledgement of that specific effort that you're putting in. You're going to be more likely to continue doing those things in the future when we receive that descriptive praise. The same goes for our kiddos. Descriptive praise boosts language comprehension so that it enhances language capabilities and understanding, thus increasing the contingency of more desired responses. For learners struggling with language, descriptive praise provides them with words that pair with their desired behaviors, helping them connect descriptions and actions. This really helps them connect those words with feelings. And that expressive language is how we express our thoughts and feelings. It includes making requests, labeling, commenting, having conversations with others. And people with this type of deficit find it hard to put their thoughts into words, signs, gestures. They may be unable to find the right words to say what they want. Overall, they may struggle to talk or write in a way that others can understand. And then that receptive language is about understanding what others say, write, or indicate. That can include deficits in following directions, listening to a speaker, and comprehending the message. It's like when someone tells you something and you have difficulty really figuring out what they mean. With descriptive praise, we are being extremely specific of what we want. And when we do that, we're continuing to make that connection between that expressive language and receptive language and really enhancing and improving those skills. So when you catch your child doing something right and use descriptive words to explain what they did, those words provide that clear pathway to more frequent desired behaviors in the future. So descriptive praise really helps with those language deficits by providing clear feedback. We can tell a person precisely what they did well, like using words to ask for help or following instructions. It can also consistently pair behaviors with labels to increase comprehension. It helps boost confidence. It helps us and our kids discriminate between desired and undesired attention by repeatedly pairing praise with desired behaviors. For my son right now, instead of throwing all of our food on the ground when we're done, he's learned that if he hands it to me or puts it back on his plate and then hands me the plate, then I provide that praise and reinforcement, and he gets that big smile and he's so excited. And we're really boosting that confidence in his autonomy. And then we're continuing to provide learning by example. When we as the adults use descriptive praise, it shows our children how to express themselves better. It also motivates people to keep going. Descriptive praise for their effort and progress encourages our loved ones to practice those desired behaviors while overcoming challenges. And it creates a stronger bond. Descriptive praise creates an uplifting environment that helps children trust and connect with adults. So you may hear us use that term, nice hands. Your RBT may say, hey, nice hands, to encourage appropriate behavior related to hands and physical contact. It's a way of acknowledging and reinforcing those desired behaviors connected to hand usage. It may sound funny, but remember, we don't want to label or give attention to those undesired behaviors. So yes, you might not hear us say, stop hitting, don't do that. We might say, you need to use nice hands. You can gain my attention by tapping me nicely. You can gain my attention by using nice hands by tapping my shoulder and saying my name. So I'm drawing attention to that desired behavior and distracting or removing my attention from the undesired behavior. When we say nice hands, we're talking about actions such as using those touches, keeping hands to oneself, using hands for those appropriate activities, reaching for or relinquishing items gently, or following specific instructions related to hand movements. So for example, if a child typically grabs objects aggressively, you might say nice hands as part of your descriptive praise when the child picks up an object gently and without force. So instead of just grabbing what they want, maybe if they pick it up nicely and gently, we can say, oh, nice hands. And like how you use those nice hands really gently. It kept your coffee in your mug so safely. And when we do that, what we're doing is we're setting that groundwork for those behaviors to continue repeating in the future. This phrase really serves as that simple reminder for children to use their hands appropriately and respectfully. It helps promote that self-control, safety, and appropriate social interactions. We really can generalize the term nice hands to all ages and cognitive levels by labeling it in an age-appropriate way. That could look like, thank you for respecting my space. Nice job having safe body control. Over time, children are more likely to have their nice hands down at their sides instead of pinching or hitting because you consistently paired their pro-social behavior with that descriptive praise. The other reason that this works is because descriptive praise boosts motivation. It's Descriptive praise is more than just acknowledging something good. It acts as a catalyst, enhancing the frequency and intensity of a person's motivation to perform well. By focusing on the what and the how of their actions, descriptive praise makes the recognition more personal and impactful, leading to a lasting increase in motivation and a sense of satisfaction. However, be cautious. Not everyone likes public attention in a group setting. So keep that in mind as you deliver your descriptive praise. If you know that your child is shy and they prefer not to be called out in front of others, offer that descriptive praise in a one-on-one setting. So in the home setting, descriptive praise can look like, I love how you brushed your teeth thoroughly. You took your time. You didn't rush through it. Thank you so much. When they're playing with their siblings, you could say things like, you were very patient with your little brother. That was so kind of you. Or in the morning wake up routine, I love how when it was time to wake up, you got right out of bed and started getting dressed. You had a nice voice and said, good morning, mommy. Thank you so much. During breakfast, it could look like, wow, I'm really impressed by how you got up in the morning without a reminder. You came downstairs, you got your own breakfast. You are really showing a lot of maturity. With responsibility, I'm so impressed. You put all your homework into your backpack without a single reminder. You helped your sister pack hers up too. You just made my day. We're trying new things. I know this meal isn't your favorite thing, but I love how you showed gratitude and you were willing to try it. Thank you. Think about how you can implement this in the home setting. You can do this with daily routines. What does your morning routine look like? Your evening routine? Yeah, I love how when I said it was time to go get ready for bed, you walked straight upstairs, went to the bathroom, and started brushing your teeth. That was awesome. When are times that you really feel tension? Is it when you're putting your child in their car seat and they're struggling and they're being a crocodile? Even if it's just like, hey, I like how you walked to the car. Let's start building on each little small thing that we can so we can use that momentum to get all the way through that routine. That also helps us change our way of thinking of, okay, I'm going to find the good in this little piece of stressful time. Small moments. This could be when they're getting dressed, eating breakfast. They tried to tie their shoes. They tried to put their sock on by themselves. Hey, I really love how you saw that the dog needed water and you went and filled it up. Did they spill it a little bit? Maybe. But they took that initiative to do it on their own, and that was great. And then household routines, again, going back to brushing their teeth, putting their clothes away, helping clean up the kitchen, put their trash in the trash can. We can find little ways to provide that descriptive praise. And although not discussed in this book, there is a lot of research that shows for every one corrective feedback that we provide, we need to be providing minimum 5, but ideally 10 positive reinforcement praises. So if you said, hey, you didn't clean up your toys when I asked you to, that doesn't make me happy. Okay, fair enough. You can say that. But we also then need to be putting into place 10 more reinforcing statements in order to provide that balance. Examples of what this looks like in the community when you're out shopping. I love how you're walking nicely next to the shopping cart. You have your nice hands. You're staying next to me. I really appreciate that. In the parking lot, thank you for being safe in the parking lot. You've got my hand, keeping your hand on the cart. You're being slow and cautious. You're looking for cars. That really keeps us safe. And independence. I love how you're trying to put your seatbelt on by yourself. I know buckles are hard and I can help you, but trying yourself is so awesome too. Or helping others. I'm so proud of you for mowing Mr. Wilson's lawn because he's not well enough to get outside and do that right now. You are really growing into a kind and respectful young human, and I love it. Helping others. You saw on the grocery list on the fridge, you took that initiative to pick up those items while you were out. You just made my week. Your maturity blows me away. Hint, hint, sometimes for your significant other, this helps too. And then manners. I love that when you asked for help at the store, you said, please. The world needs more kindness, and you just displayed that. Thank you. So remember that descriptive praise reinforces the behaviors that create a more peaceful environment. When we provide descriptive praise, it really needs to embody sincere gratitude and sincere truth. Our children know when we are not being sincere. Our spouses know it. Our dogs know it. We need to be sincere when we are providing it. Oh, thanks so much for just going upstairs and brushing your teeth, something that you should do every day. I'm not going to keep doing that. I'm probably not going to brush my teeth if somebody talks to me that way. But if I say, thank you so much for going upstairs and brushing your teeth, that showed respect, that showed gratitude. It really, you took that initiative. We're going to be more likely to see those occur in the future. In many ways, gratitude is the missing key to a joyful life. Descriptive praise should include sincere appreciation by demonstrating gratitude for big and small things. You develop and model a heart of thanksgiving. Before you know it, your loved ones will imitate your positivity. And then again, with that sincere truth, always be truthful. Only offer praise for behaviors that impressed you or made you smile. If their behavior makes the home more peaceful and productive, praise them for it over and over and over again. I really hope you find ways to provide this descriptive praise for your loved ones, for your children, for your clients, for your staff, to really create this harmonious environment and continue to reinforce those behaviors that we hope to see in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and we're looking forward to discussing this at our next meeting.